First they came for the communists. And I didn't speak out because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the socialists. And I didn't speak out because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists. And I didn't speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. And I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the Catholics. And I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Catholic. Then they came for me. And there was no one left to speak for me. Hello citizens of Earth, we are anonymous and we have disgusting news for you. The British government have turned against all of you that want to be free. The government department known as the Home Office has organized and condones the act of racism, demanding all freedom-loving citizens to leave or be arrested. We recognize the British government is trying desperately to divide its citizens and place them into separate groups. In military strategies it is known as divide and conquer, keeping us from uniting under one banner, which we all know to be humanity. Trying to separate activists, and supporting groups like the violent racists EDL and BNP to place a line between the migrants and those who were born to this great land. Those native to England must remember that being born to a place of origin does not make you the owner of that land, a concept which falls on the deaf ears of our greedy government. Many who are considered by government as illegal flee to this great country from persecution, poverty and war. Something many of us were proud of, but cannot be anymore. Have you ever wondered which country would take you in should you need it, and how may you be received by their native peoples? Why should a small crooked greedy group decide to send these deserving people to the hell that they have come from when they only have one interest, the generation of money and manipulating statistics for their own personal gain? We are all equal and deserve respect whomever we are. We have unique skills, experience to draw from and teach others, with a variety of expectations to pass on to the younger generation. What kind of a regime do you want your child growing up in? No one, even governments, have the right to persecute and decide what we should or should not become or where we do it. We must learn from history and use hindsight. Division of a nation and separation of labeled citizens from the rest was how the Third Reich started. If this division is allowed to form, we will be conquered in short order. Germany is all too aware of the consequences of those actions. All citizens must realize by now that the government is not working in their best interest, which is what taxpayers are paying them to do. It is time we said enough is enough. There is a limit to how much each individual will bear. How much can you take? When will you stand up and stop being complacent to government antics and stop supporting yet another version of the Third Reich? Each of us is one step away from a paycheck. Can you really see the government helping you out if you need it, or will you stand up with your countrymen for the better future for all of us? Remember, choice is something that cannot, and something anonymous will not allow to be taken away from each individual. Your birthright is freedom and cannot be taken away unless you allow it. Don't throw yours away, you own it and not the greedy rich government. It is obvious to many that certain immature groups such as the EDL and BNP will use this to their advantage, creating a smokescreen for greedy dirty dealings in government. But they cannot foresee the damage they will live under should this be allowed to continue. If you can't teach the ignorant, then ignore their failings and stand up against your government acting in the same way Hitler did. We ask you stand with us, whomever you are, whatever your background and whatever your belief. We stand uniting humanity against tyranny, because none of us are as cruel as all of us. Operation Van Down engaged. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.